I fucking loved that movie. I don't know about you guys.
It was awesome.
I think it's the. I know, David, you said that you didn't like it as much as No Way Home. Is that what you said, or was I wrong? You like No Way Home
Uh,
better?
I like No Way Home just a tiny bit more, but like they're honestly at the same level. To be fair,
Okay. What about
like
you,
from
Xavier? Before I spout all my
I
shit.
really liked the movie. I thought it was good. Personally, I don't think I like it as much as No Way Home, though. I think No Way Home just barely tops it. I think it's, yep,
what
doesn't quite
I
beat that
do
for me.
Wow.
I do want to add one thing to that, and I think it's the nostalgia factor
That's
that's
what I was gonna
helping
say.
it
I was like,
helping
dude,
it
Everybody's
stay.
gonna say that. Everybody's
You
thinking
know,
that.
like
Uh-huh.
I'm feeling it, but like, dude, I'm letting that nostalgia run. Like,
dude, it's not as
it's
well
great.
written. Spider-Man isn't doing Spider-Man
Listen,
shit the same. Dude, that opening sequence where he's fighting Tarantula, Scorpion, Tombstone, dude, just
That was
like
pretty sick.
webbing
that was
people up
fun.
onto walls. Like, dude, it was all like
I wish we could
Insomniac
have seen more of that
Spider-Man.
though. I wish we could have seen more than like a fucking second of those fight scenes and like of that, him taking down the criminal underworld over the last 4 years or whatever. It would have been fun to go
Yeah,
through that experience rather than just get a quick like little glimpse like catch up or whatever. So
You would
that's
rather have that than Punisher, Hulk, and Jean Grey. I would rather
you could have
Punisher,
still had
Hulk,
the
and Green
Punisher and the
Jay.
Hulk. I mean, Jean Grey was pretty great. I gotta
I,
admit, I didn't see that coming.
Dude,
That was
I
Punisher,
didn't see
Hulk,
that.
and
Yeah,
Jean Grey was so fucking sick. I like the
the
small
Hulk.
time
here's the
stuff
thing.
is fun, and I think you save that shit for like the fucking like the TV shows and whatnot. Like we get that with that new Spider-Man show that they had where like it's Norman Osborn that's like taking him on instead of Iron Man, and like we're getting those like small time stuff. We're getting a lot of time with Tombstone. Like we don't need that in my opinion for the movies. You need fucking bang for your fucking buck because movies are super expensive now. Like I agree, but like the little stuff is fun, but it's only for us like super nerds. Like you need your bang for your buck in the movies, and so
Okay,
you need
all
to
right. Here's
have
another
like
thing though.
Punisher, Hulk, and Jean fucking Grey, dude. Like it was
Okay,
so
here's a few
sick.
Yeah,
things about that. Okay, so although I did love Jean Grey, although I thought she was, great and all, I thought she was kind of like not really technically like a Spider-Man villain. Like I kind of feel like we got robbed from like a good like epic Spider-Man villain. I know we kind of got like the Scorpion, but we barely saw him either. He was only in there for again a few minutes,
Yeah,
and then he wasn't even himself like half the damn
no,
time.
because
And so like
no, keep going.
I just would have liked like an epic like Spider-Man villain that like we're used to or like that would have been fun to see on screen for the first time in a while. Like I don't know, it would have been cool to see. I don't know, even I mean now Craven got his own movie. I didn't even watch that movie honestly. Craven. It would have been cool to just have like Craven in here or like maybe Rhino or somebody badass. I don't know, just
But
somebody
you
like
also have to
fun,
remember that
destructive.
like it also has to fit into the narrative of like
yeah.
what's coming up next, and what's happened before, and so like we need the setup for the X-Men and stuff like that,
I do
and
like that. I do.
Yeah,
I think
the
it did set up
setup that
nicely
we
for the X
got in
Men.
this
That
is
was
so
good. That
cool.
was great. It was
it's
nice.
it's
Yeah.
amazing what they're gonna take with the X-Men. Like the implications of this movie, like what it's gonna lead to, especially with the Doomsday coming up, like and all the X-Men being in that, pretty much. That's gonna be absolutely insane.
But I hope we're not just like overhyping it and just getting maybe like too excited for something that's not going to happen. Because remember when we all watched WandaVision and we all thought that like the X Men were going to get brought in through that? We're like, oh look, like we're seeing characters from like these other things or whatever, and then it didn't turn out to be like pretty much anything. It's kind of just like a
We
letdown,
know
really.
that there's an X-Men movie in development. We know that it's being soft rebooted after Secret Wars. Like we know all of these things. So like it's get like the whole next phase it like is like known to be like more X-Men oriented.
Yeah, it's gonna be
With
So
that being said, I am excited. I mean, I mean, it is a sweet way to bring in the X Men, and it was cool to see Jean kind of be like evil for a little
yeah.
while.
Yeah,
Like kind of more like
but
she's got
before we
the
get to
tendency, dude.
before we get to Jean
Yeah,
Grey, we gotta at least be a little bit like linear with how we talk about this.
from the
Fucking,
beginning.
what did you think about like how they utilized Bruce Banner and the Hulk? Because like I
I thought it was great.
I'm sick of the same shit with the Hulk. Like this poor guy gets mind controlled and goes ragey every single time. Like, and it's so annoying,
Yeah,
dude. This is like the third time he's been mind controlled, and it kind of is driving me nuts that we don't get like a real Hulk and like. But
I wonder really what the deal is with that.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he can't have his own movie because the Universal rights. Universal has the rights to him, unless.
Oh, is that why they don't give him his own movie?
Yeah, they have the rights to like solo Hulk movies. That's why we haven't gotten one since like the second. It was the second movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's true.
In fucking 2009 or whenever it was that it came out, which is crazy. But
jeez, well,
I did like the Bruce Banner stuff because we got to see Spider-Man, like Peter Parker, be smart as fuck, and like we haven't fully got to see that in the previous ones because he's just like, I mean, you kind of saw it in No Way Home a little bit more, but like he had the help from like Toby and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man that are like more seasoned, but like I really liked how like he impressed Bruce Banner to the point where he's like, "You're not one of my students." He's like, "You know too much," and like this isn't like. I thought that was really cool, and it was also an interesting way to bring in the technology to like inhibit superpowers and whatnot. That's gonna be weird. That's gonna be weird.
Totally
that
X-Men,
it's introduced like so quick too.
Yeah, dude. Like my line of thinking with that is they're definitely gonna move towards where something's gonna happen. I believe in Doomsday, and people are gonna turn on mutants, people with powers, or like chaos is gonna ensue, and the immediate follow up to that is they're gonna start working on the Sentinel program with all the robots that hunt down the mutants, and they're all gonna be equipped with some form of that chip that Peter made, the universal one. Like it's like a trickle, like a domino effect. Like he did something really fucked up, like small, but the significance of the impact that it's gonna have is just like it's gonna grow over time.
I hope
even
that
Banner seemed like kind of sketched out when he was asking him about it. He's like, "You really sure you want to make something like that, or want to do something like that?" You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they were talking about the ethical, implications of it all. I felt like, which
playing with fire for sure.
Right.
I really hope that this turns into like Spider-Man, Peter Parker being the linchpin, kind of like how Iron Man was, because it seems like it's kind of building that up. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of is, dude.
Like he developed this technology that can suppress mutants. Mutants are going to be like the next phase of everything. Like he inspired Jean Grey to like go on the good path, which is probably going to like lead to her being at least like the pseudo leader until Scott Summers does for the X-Men. Like I think that's going to be super cool.
Right. Like,
and that Marissa Tomei, oh dude, that scene with Marissa Tomei was sick. It is the second time we've gotten like the Marissa Tomei
when she comes out at the end,
when they have that like scene.
Talk.
Yeah, it's essentially just the with great power comes great responsibility thing again. But like Jean Grey got to experience it, and then Spider-Man forgave him or forgave her and whatnot, which is really cool.
That scene. Okay.
It was like that motherly love that she was.
The bedroom scene or whatever.
She had that scene with her sister in the park where it was like she wasn't a mom. They're talking about when they were abandoned or given up, and like she felt that love from Aunt May, and that like healed the part of her that was like allowing her to do the things that she was doing and be evil. Just like that was powerful. That scene was like very moving.
Yeah, dude, and like to like from where she came from with like the VMAX thing, like she was on this manhunt for VMAX. She's like, I need to figure out what it is, and then it just ends up being the fucked up sticker on the air conditioning where her sister died. Like the last thing she saw, I was like, oh. And then
that's pretty heartbreaking.
And then her scrunchie were the green and yellow colors, which are Jean Grey's original colors in the comics, like from way back in the day. Like so many cool things. Okay, real quick, I gotta shout out Destin Daniel Crichton because he is like those John Watts movies were fun, but this movie, in my opinion, is just so much better. Like the fight scenes looked so much better. The choreography was so much better. The swinging scenes where he's like flying through the city, and like the POV shots, like how the camera would flip when he would like jump onto the ceiling to fight people. Like, dude, just so many little things in this movie were so much better. Like, we only got those like once in a while with like in the John Watts movies. It was like, oh, like the scene in Homecoming where he's like running through the neighborhoods. Like, that was a pretty cool scene, like where it was like the Ferris Bueller type shit. But like this whole scene, or this whole movie, like every single scene, like frame, you could just like pause it and it could be a poster. It looked so good. I loved it so much.
Was cinematically very beautiful. By any chance, did you guys like do any 4D like crazy like seating or anything like that with this movie?
I was in the D box, and the D box was sick as fuck for
Dude,
this, dude.
Dude, what? Okay, so wait, were you at the Century 24 or whatever?
Yeah.
For the D box?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to say personally, I thought the D box was weak as fuck, man. The D box was not very well calibrated, in my opinion, and it was very lackluster.
Dude,
especially considering some other D box movies I played for. And
I wonder if they had it calibrated to the wrong movie, because it was so good in this, because like I had it turned all the way up. It wasn't too intense at times. Like when he was like flying through the air, like it would like go
it was just shaking a bunch?
and like forward. No, it was like, it wasn't like just shaking, but it would like do things where it would like tilt backwards and then forward real quick, like as he was like flying through the air and stuff. It was really cool. Sarah and I both liked it.
I don't know. I felt like there wasn't much. I don't know what. Maybe I don't know. Dude, I don't want to say it was like my chair or something.
Dude, it must have been your chair, because I specifically was commenting on it like during the movie. I was like, "This is nice," and like they did a really good job where it would like pause, and you were like, and you would forget you're in a D box, and then action would start, and it would get fucking cool again. It was great. I loved it.
Because from my experience from that D-Box, like literally, I just remember it, like I didn't get basically any swinging motions. Because I remember the very first time I experienced a D-Box was during No Way Home. I didn't even know D-Box was a thing. And when like, Peter Parker was swinging around, the chair was like swinging, and it felt like fluid. It felt like smooth, like, what you were swinging with him almost, it felt like, you know what I mean?
Man,
and in this one,
right?
I didn't get that at all, basically, during this movie. And pretty much the only thing I did get were like some shaking and some like vibrations, like during like the shooting scenes with like Punisher when he was like laying down his bullets, and like when they were like the explosions or whatever, like I would get like some shaking, some vibrations, but I really didn't feel like any like swinging motions calibrated to the movie. And even like I think one time when he was swinging really fast towards the beginning of the movie, like all it did was like shake a lot as well, like just to like show that he was going like super fast. Like it kind of like the shaking kind of was like calibrated to like the shaking of the screen or whatever.
That's
so
crazy.
It kind of felt like
I specifically remember you know that scene where he like jumps off the building and then you're like inside his mask and you see his eyes.
Yeah.
That scene, that's where that's one of the ones where it tilted forward and then his web caught and then it tilted backwards. It was fucking sick. There was like multiple of those while he was webbed. So yours was messed up, because mine was great. And Sarah's. Like our experience, like I said, I specifically was like, oh, I didn't know D-Box was like this. I was like, this is sick.
Interesting. I don't know. I mean, I wish I could get Erica's opinion, but she didn't. She always turns hers all the way down. She doesn't like it, actually. So hers is always all the way down.
Multiple times. Oh, I just smacked my mic. Multiple times. Like I could feel my fucking chair like vibrating, and I would like look at my Coke, and I could like hear all the fucking ice just sloshing around everywhere.
Rumbling.
And like, yeah, dude, it was sick. I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, because I usually love those D-Box seats, and I have to say, like, sometimes, they're just not well calibrated for the movies. I felt like they're kind of unthoughtfully done, like it's kind of like an afterthought. Sometimes they're really well done. When I went to go watch them in the Mando movie, like that one is probably the best one I've ever experienced. That one was really fun. That one was really good. But yeah, this Spider-Man one, it did not feel like, it felt definitely like it was an afterthought. And they're just like, oh, let's just throw some vibrations in there for the movie just because fucking we have to have something or whatever. Like, I don't know. It just wasn't. And also, but here's another thing, is I saw it in the 3D like version or whatever. I don't know if that makes any difference, but I kind of didn't really want to watch it in 3D. I didn't know I bought the 3D version of the showings. But it was kind of cool seeing New York with that depth perception. You know what I mean? Because they don't do 3D like they used to, like where it comes out at you. I feel like the 3D these days is kind of just more where like it gives depth to the movie, and it was kind of cool to see like New York with like those high rise scenes and everything. Like the buildings actually felt like they were like one in front of the other. Yeah, exactly. Like, so that was pretty sweet. There was some cool parts with that. But overall, I'm not really a fan of like watching movies in 3D. At least definitely not for the first time, like for my first experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
So,
I won't watch them in 3D. Fuck that.
I
Yeah,
almost did
so-
the same thing when I bought my tickets.
yeah, I didn't realize it was that at the time, but it was still cool. It was all right, but I was definitely very disappointed with that calibration of that D-box seat for that showing personally. So I would like to say that.
Well, and yeah, back to the movie. Fucking, I really liked how they portrayed her psychic abilities in this. I think that's going to be really cool for the future. Like the way she would freeze people and like jump in and out of people. They did.
Right.
Yeah, they went,
She was kind of like vicious in like a mean way. She like had that old dude get hit by a car and shit just for like a fucking aura farm. Like she did do
Bro.
some pretty fucked up shit.
that
But
was messed up when she made
That
Peter
seems
believe that Zendaya like fucking, or that like Jane like remembered him.
Oh
bro,
yeah.
I looked
that
over
was
at
that
Sarah.
was pretty fucked up.
I looked over at
Yeah.
Sarah all excited for a second, and then I was like, "Oh no, wait, hold on, this is too good to be true." Like,
Yeah, dude.
and I was like, "No."
You catch it when it's too late, dude. It's like, damn, something
But-
was
Oh, man.
just way too off.
She
about
she
this.
got me. I thought it was all good, and
I
I was
did
like, oh
too.
nice, like all right, like he saved her. She's remembering. I was like, I knew it was gonna happen at some point in the movie. I was like, he's got to get the girl back. Like I kind of expected it to happen at some point, so I thought that was it. And then, damn, they just pulled the fucking rug right from under
Yeah,
you. And I was
no,
like, no.
for a movie to get me, that means that like I'm not analyzing it and I'm like really in the movie, and that's hard to do, dude. Like, because I'm always just
Right.
like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Like, blah blah blah. I'm all fucking
Sure.
autisming out, but I was like in on this movie. I was like, yes, they're back together. Yes, and then that I was like, oh man, oh dude, and then just to stay on the MJ and Peter thing, the fucking when he goes to fight and then he comes back. When he goes to fight the Hulk and then he comes back and she read the fucking note. And like
Oh,
when
yeah.
he left and he had it in his hand, I was like, he's gonna forget it and she's gonna see it. And I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna be good. And then like you almost expected her when he was like, and I love you, and you almost expected her to be like I don't love you, but like I want to get to know you or whatever. But she just like stops there, just like I don't love you, and you're just like, oh no. But then she walks away and then comes back for a second and she's like, actually, can you take me home? And you're like, oh. And then he goes upstairs, which is sick. Hangs out with Ned, building Legos. You get to see Spider-Man and Peter Parker happy for a little bit, which is great.
That was nice. That was cool. She does say like, I don't love you. I don't know you, like because I don't know you or something. But like, I don't know, not like I want to get to know you. But she just kind of said like it's not. She just doesn't remember him at all.
Yeah.
It's
But
crazy.
I think that's just like how her character is. She's like really blunt and straightforward. So like I don't think like it was like out of like because she was obviously upset.
I don't think she was trying to be a
'cause, like,
jerk or anything.
Yeah, no, but that's just how she is. But she was kind of like upset that like he was just not gonna tell her. Like
yeah,
just happened to find out by
he
chance.
kept it from her for 4 years.
Yeah, like he could have went like the day after, but then he was like he's too concerned about them getting hurt. But it's like at the same time, then you have to fully let them go at that point. Like he's over here obsessing over them, watching them every day,
True.
and like
Right on
like
Ned's stream or whatever.
yeah, like unhealthy basically.
Yeah, and then I liked how the mutation was like an allegory for like him losing that side of that part of him. I'm glad it wasn't a symbiote story. I'm glad. You got to save symbiote story for Secret Wars, because if they can pull that off, and
Ooh.
in Secret Wars
Okay,
we get the actual fucking black suit, like the OG dude, like and like that's how we get it introduced in this.
And the original, like how it originally was in the comic, that is pretty cool. Actually, that would be
so
pretty
cool.
sweet.
I would be so happy.
That is a good setup for that. I mean, they better not fuck that up. They have the perfect opportunity to.
It might
Now,
be too
to do
hard
that,
to do
right?
it, which I don't want them to force it. Don't force a symbiote storyline. But if you can put it in there, hell fucking yes, please and thank you.
they're definitely trying to cook something up with that because that would be such a successful like story for them to tell.
Well, are
Mhm.
they going to use
They
Tom
have to do it.
Hardy and like that
No,
and that Venom
no.
and symbiote, or are they going to make a
That
whole new one? Or
symbiote potentially, because it's like a
Yeah,
hive mind across universes. Like, so it doesn't really matter
and
like
there's
which one it
still a
is.
piece that survived. Correct, if I'm correct, after
I
Venom
never watched
3.
the third Venom personally, so I
Yeah,
actually
No,
don't know.
they retconned that. So it like did
really,
this.
like,
Yeah, so
What do you mean?
it's
damn.
in the new Venom, like the opening scene is like them in that bar, and they go and they get the specimen, and they like undoes. It's weird. It's
Oh,
weird.
they like
They-
undo
they-
that
it's
end scene or whatever.
it's just it's just Sony doing Sony shit. Like there's these
Yeah,
are
Just
the
fucking
these
it
are
up.
the these are the same people that released fucking Morbius twice. Like they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing.
Twice?
Yes, dude, you don't remember that?
What do you mean twice?
Dude, they released Morbius, okay? And then
Right.
online, a bunch of trolls got like re-release Morbius or like some other hashtag like that trending, and it convinced them to re-release it across the fucking United
Oh.
States in theaters,
Oh.
and nobody went and watched it. These guys are fucking
Oh my God.
morons, man. They don't know what they're
yeah,
doing.
dude. Sony does
That's
the
hilarious.
craziest stuff, dude. But it's
Yeah, it's Sony
Japan for you.
doing Sony shit.
I didn't know they got it to come back in theaters for its Morbin
Dude,
time.
that was
For
Yeah.
the, I remember when
Yeah.
I remember it's
That was
Morbin
such a
time,
big
like
thing.
take it
Yeah.
off.
That because of
Oh,
that they
God.
re-released it, man.
The memes about it, and like people were like just ironically signing like that petition, like re-release it, you know, and like
Mm-hmm.
everyone's gonna go watch it. And they're like, you see the comments, and they're like, it's a cinematic masterpiece, and like there's like they're like
Oh my
gas-
goodness.
they're gassing the movie up, and then like they release it, dude, and like it like nobody fucking saw it. Like
I think it
was
made
insane.
in the tens of thousands of dollars across the
The
US.
tens of thousands.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is horrendous. What do you
That's
guys what do you
crazy.
guys think about how Jane got her powers and then like her ability to like fucking keep Spider-Man alive by like entering his body and breathing for him?
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I
Like,
liked it.
cause like like when everything went down at the end, and I was like, damn, like are they really just gonna like drop him here? I was like, yeah. I was legit surprised for a while. I was like, that sucks.
I mean, he did
But
die.
then,
He technically
yeah,
died.
Right.
and so like she was just helping him stay alive until he could fully heal without her help, which is pretty sick. Like, not gonna lie, like, and she was doing it over what must have been a great distance, dude. So she's just getting stronger.
Right.
Yeah, because
And
they
like,
said her new radius
I mean, they
was
pushed her to that
was a
limit.
kilometer.
yeah,
Like after she unlocked everything, because like that they were showing her brain all mapped out, and she was like unlocking different parts of her mutation, and so like that's why she went from like just a telepath to being like her full form, like telekinetic, being able to like move objects and like all that kind of
forms
shit.
psychokinesis and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
she's fucking
Right.
she's so badass. But yeah, like fucking freezing everybody, and like fucking MJ's like crying because she's like conscious and she can't move, and like, oh, that's
Right.
terrifying, dude. She's so strong.
those scenes were like when she took over the island in that big area. A lot of that
Mhm.
gave me like similar feelings to the scenes in Logan when Professor Xavier was like losing his control of his powers, and it was hurting people around him. Like it was very similar to like what was going on.
Yeah,
Like where
yeah, they
she
definitely
could
took
hurt
some
people if she
inspiration.
loses control in that sense.
Yeah, no, she's
Right.
strong as fuck. That's why in the comic
So
books, Xavier like put blocks in her mind. And like I wonder if she already has the Phoenix Force, or if the Phoenix Force is gonna come
Mhm.
into her later. Because like I think in the comics
probably
she
when they're in
has.
space.
Yeah, I think that's when she
Oh, okay.
gets it.
That'd
Is
be
like
cool.
in space.
Because
Like and then
it's
she
usually like
dies
a
and is like resurrected or some shit. I don't think she always has
yeah.
it.
I will
They've
say,
tried to do that story before, and they botched it. Like they just
Well,
like
they've done it
shoehorned
twice
it
and they
in there.
fucked it up both times.
Yeah,
I do kind of think that her saving Spider-Man like that is kind of like their Deus Ex Machina to it, but I feel like that's a good way to do it. It's like I can't even be mad at it, you know.
It was cool. I mean, and it like raised the stakes slightly. And it like I liked that it made Punisher really like Spider-Man because I love that. Because I've been back into comics, like I've been telling Xavier.
So
You don't
wait,
know this, David.
I got I got a question though. Have you guys been keeping up with like the Punisher series and all that or whatever?
Yeah,
No,
it was
I
just
wanted to catch up.
a movie. It was just a
Yeah.
one shot.
Well,
Well,
and
wasn't there like a
some
Netflix
scenes
series or
in
something? Like, is that the
Yeah.
same Punisher and
Yeah.
the MCU? He's the
Yeah.
MCU Punisher, basically, or what?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Daredevil and Jessica Jones and what's his name, Luke Cage.
So they're
Yeah.
bringing all those Netflix like heroes
Except
to
for
the MCU,
Iron
basically.
Fist because he's trash.
Yeah.
And they're gonna
Iron
probably
Fist
recast
did
him.
terribly. Like,
That's unfortunate. But so wait, I have a question. They kept referencing like Staten Island. Is that an actual scene, or is that an actual thing that we can watch, or is that just like something they
No.
made up?
That's something that happened off screen between Spider-Man
Yeah.
and Punisher.
Off
it's
screen.
probably like when they
Punisher,
first
okay.
met or something like that, dude. Like a
Mhm.
story, like when they first crossed paths.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like
happens
some
off
scene
screen.
in the Punisher movie or like in the series where like I don't
No.
know, Spider-Man makes a cameo and saves his ass, and
No,
that we
Because
can
again,
like
that
see or
5 year
reference
gap
ourselves.
from the last movie, like there a crap ton of stuff must have gone on. You know, like
True.
Yeah, and Punisher's been punishing that whole time. So
but he's been, yeah. But yeah, I was trying to catch up because like he comes out in the Daredevil Born Again, and I need to watch season 2 and then that movie, but I just didn't have time.
it's good stuff. They're essentially just like they're just soft rebooting like those characters to put them into the MCU. They're essentially the
Yeah.
same characters. They're telling very similar stories. They're just doing it and putting it on Disney Plus instead of Netflix, so people like watch it and know the characters. Like there's more Kingpin stuff. Like dude, season 2 of Daredevil Born Again is really fucking good. Definitely check that one out. I don't want to spoil
Season
anything.
1 was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Season 1 was fine. Season 2 is way better.
Nice.
Way better.
Definitely. check
You
that
get
out.
you get some really good courtroom scenes, which I love. I love a good courtroom scene.
Hell yeah.
And then okay, so did at the this is the very end, like the very last scene, that handshake between Ned and Peter. Does Ned remember Peter through the spell because he has magic like running through his family, or does he recognize the name Peter because that's what MJ said when Peter left when they were together, and she was like, "Be careful, Peter," and he was like, "Oh, Spider-Man name is Peter." So what do you guys think? Which one of the two do you think it is? Because like I personally, I kind of hope it's the magic one because I want to see Ned do more magic shit. But
Right.
I think
would
it's
be
more.
cool.
I think it's more likely that he remembers MJ saying Peter, and he's like, "Oh, this is Spider-Man."
Yeah, to be honest, the fact that he
Yeah.
was magic didn't even cross my mind. I felt like
Well, but
Yeah, I forgot
the
about
only
that.
reason magic crossed my mind is because he remembered their handshake. They didn't do the handshake when he met them in the apartment as
But
Spider-Man, and
I feel like
he remembered that handshake. That's the only reason why I think magic maybe.
I feel like the reason he remembered the handshake was just muscle memory. So I think like the
Right.
spell only affected like their memory in their head, like strictly their brain, and not like their physical.
So you're telling me like MJ would remember like
like
how she would jerk Spider-Man off? She would remember that? That's what you're
How-
telling me right now?
yeah. I was
She used a
gonna
special technique.
I was gonna say that she more remembers the sensation of the swinging with him as he's carrying her.
Oh, she remembers the swinging sensation, all right. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that swinging dick. No,
But yeah, I feel like it's like, and then also because he
but she
recognized
does
the name
remember.
Peter.
But she remembers like being rescued by Spider-Man because
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, they both do. Like he's like, oh, they saved me like multiple times.
So
being
like
my
she
friends, whatever.
remembers being
But-
swung around by
yeah.
him.
But now that she has the context of the like there was a spell that wiped everyone's memory,
Mhm.
you know, like she's what now she's piecing together like why those memories probably feel like fuzzy and hazy to her. Like she remembers
She
the
said
big
she
parts,
didn't
but,
remember
like,
anything though. like of him. She remembers like the like being rescued and whatnot, but she says she doesn't remember like anything about him and her
Yeah,
relationship with Peter.
because he was essentially like erased, like he didn't exist, because that's what Doctor Strange told him. It's like you're
Yeah.
never gonna be like anyone essentially. And like the at the very beginning of the movie when they were showing the Marvel things coming and it showed all the past scenes, like he was the only, like everyone in the scene would stay and he was fading away, like
Mm-hmm.
in each of the scenes that he was in, that it showed like as the prelude to the movie. And
Yeah.
like it was pretty sick. But yeah,
All right.
it's
Now I need to, what do you guys think out of 10?
out of 10, I would say like a 9.5. Like I want to
That's
give it
so
a 10
high.
because of
That's so high. You can't do that's crazy. I'm not gonna affect your score. I'm not gonna affect your score. That's
honestly,
how you
like
rate
because like
things.
because like
9.5 is so high. I love this movie, but 9.5 is so high.
it's like I'm comparing it like to the other Spider-Man movies and how I rank them, and this one is like top 3 for sure. I just don't know what exact placement it is. Like but it's not perfect. Like there's things like I wish that was added for sure. And like if it
Mm.
was just minor details and things here and there, it would be perfect. But like that's just how much I enjoyed it. Like I had a big smile the entire time watching the movie. Like I was
That
like
is
hell
true.
yeah.
I also did the
I was
entire
like
time. I kept looking over at my girlfriend and
having
like smacking her shoulder. I was like, babe, 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 babe. And then she would
like
look at me and I would just be like, no, look at the screen. Don't look at me. Like,
I
So
was
you keep smacking me though.
like I was doing the exact same thing. I was like hell yeah. Like I was just having fun. I was like this was a fun movie and I really enjoyed it. And I'm telling everyone like yeah, you got to go see it.
yeah.
Needs to
Definitely for
see it.
sure. The best MCU movie we've had since like I don't know, No Way Home for sure.
All right. What do you think, X?
I'm gonna give it an 8. I think a solid 8. I mean, if I'm giving No Way Home probably around a 9, then I'm gonna give
You
this.
think
I
it's a
think about an
full
8.
point worse than No Way Home?
Mm, I mean, if we can go halves, and yeah, I give it like
You can
I
do
give it
whatever
an
you want.
8.5.
You can give it an
Like,
8.98. I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna lean more towards the 8.5, maybe 8.75 area. Yeah, because okay, I want to know this before maybe we get the final ranking in here for you, Kyle. But what do you guys think about him getting organic webs?
I thought it was cool. That doesn't bother me at all. Because they've started
Doesn't
to
bother you?
adapt it in the comic books, like after Sam Raimi's. Sometimes he
Oh,
does
did
have
they?
organic web and shit. Yeah, that's just how it
Ah,
is.
interesting.
Like it gets popular in a movie, and then like, yeah, it doesn't bother me, especially because like the way that they did it with like his mutation and like
I was gonna say,
the
yeah, the way they
spider
did
like coming more
the
out.
the
Because like
arachnid like hormone or whatever.
yeah,
Like I think they explained it well and everything, so it was fun. It was kind of annoying how he was like fighting it, how he didn't like want it or like it, And I
well,
kind of
yeah,
felt like okay, they got to pick one,
but that was part of
but
the allegory of like him fighting to just be Spider-Man still. And like he needed to accept being both, and like that's when he was able to deal with it.
yeah, I will say I thought it was pretty badass. Like at the very end scene when the what is it, the Shaolin lady or whatever is like, oh, like who are you gonna be? And he's like, oh, I'm both, and he fights without his mask on. Like I feel like for the
Mm-hmm.
first time, I think we get to really see
Mhm.
him kick ass without the mask, just to like show that he's Peter Parker and Spider Man. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying
He's,
about the cinematography. Like they did so good.
it
right.
was amazing, dude. That fight scene at the end with all those ninjas or whatever they are.
The hand.
Like, yeah, the hands. Like that was. I was like, dude, that's. It reminded me a lot of like the. What is that movie? Like the House of Flying Daggers or something like that. Like the. Uh, just the fight scenes where like everyone looks like they're floating and stuff, all slow motion and like.
Yeah, it started with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That's what it started with.
Right.
But yeah, mine like, and the way that I do it is like, there's never been a movie I've ever given 10. I don't do that because that means a movie is perfect and nothing can ever be better than that. And I don't like setting those types of standards.
cut out there.
So, and like a 7 is like I really liked the movie. Like it's a very good movie. But I'm gonna give this an 8.5 probably. It was really fucking good. Like it had some issues, like not a big villain, but I'm always for the actual villain being the government. Love that. Doesn't bother me one bit. So I'm all for it. That's why I think I'm a little bit more okay with like the big bad villain not being like a singular major Spider-Man character. All for Spider-Man being against the government.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that dude that they were talking to, who's
Metzger.
that black guy? Yeah, he was sketchy as fuck. You could tell. I didn't trust a fucking thing he said. I thought he was like Jean Grey half the time. Like, I was like, oh, is this the bad guy? I was like, this is the fucking dude. I was like, he's like, he's infiltrated for sure. But
yeah, I don't
No.
trust him because of that one show. I can't remember what it's called. Where like
just
they,
because he's
like-
black, come on, Kyle. I mean,
Well, I
bro.
mean, I didn't say it. You did. No, it's
we all thought it.
I can't remember what it's called. It's on it's on Apple, and it's where they like they have a different hue, like they split their brain, so they have a different person like when they go to work, and they don't remember going to work or anything like that.
I've never seen that show. I've never seen.
It's really good, but he's in that show, and he's sketchy in that show too. So that's why I don't trust him.
True.
But I don't know. Yeah, I loved it. Makes me pumped for Doomsday in December. We only got like 4 months.
Hell yeah. Do you guys already have your
Almost there.
tickets?
I had to refund mine because I accidentally bought them for the first day at 1 p.m. and I can't go to that because I work.
That was not accidental. That was very intentional. But they just didn't. They
Okay,
didn't allow it.
I intentionally bought them for those times, but I was too excited talking about it with Xavier, and I didn't look when I was working.
Right.
That's just how it is.